All right, welcome back. Today, we are building on the fundamentals and jumping right into the brilliant, super fast world of Vedic mathematics. We're going to focus on 3 really powerful shortcuts that all come from the ancient Nikhilum Sutra. And believe me, these are not just math tricks. They're elegant ways of thinking that can totally change how you look at numbers. Okay, let's dive in with a challenge. Take a look at this problem. I mean, it looks pretty intimidating, right? It's something you'd probably reach for a calculator for, no question. Well, I promise you, by the end of this short explainer, you are going to have the mental tools to see the solution almost instantly. You ready to upgrade your brain's processing power? Let's do it. So, here's our game plan for today. We're going to master 3 techniques. First, a shortcut for squaring numbers. Then, a slick trick for any number that ends in 5. And finally, a mind-blowing method for multiplying by long strings of 9s.
Okay, our first tool comes from a corollary called Yavadunam. This is just a beautifully efficient way to square any number that's hanging out close to a power of 10. You know, like 10, 100, or 1,000. And the best part? It works whether the number's a little bit less or a little bit more than that base.
The technique is described by this incredible ancient sutra. I mean, listen to it. It sounds more like poetry than a math formula, doesn't it? Whatever the extent of its deficiency, lessen it still further and set up the square of that deficiency. It's not just a rule to memorize, it's a beautiful description of the process itself.
So how does it actually work in practice? Well, it's basically a 2-part answer. First, you figure out the deficiency or surplus from your base number. For the left part of your answer, you just subtract or add that amount to your original number. For the right part, you just square that deficiency or surplus. Let's see it in action. It'll make perfect sense.
Okay, check this out. For 98 squared, the base is 100, so the deficit is 2. So, we subtract that 2 from 98 to get 96. That's our left part. Then we square the deficit. 2 squared is 4. We write it as 04. Boom, 9604. For 105 squared, we've got a surplus of 5. So we add it to 105 to get 110. Square the 5, you get 25. The answer? 11, 10, 25. Easy. Now, here's the one rule you have to remember, the carryover. Look at 89 squared. The deficit from 100 is 11. So 89 minus 11 is 78. But 11 squared is 121. That's 3 digits. Our base, 100, only allows for 2 digits on the right. So we keep the 21 and we carry that extra 1 over, adding it to the 78. That gives us 79. And our answer? 7921.
All right, let's move on to our second tool. This next one is even more specific, and honestly, even more elegant. It's for a calculation you see all the time, squaring any number, big or small, that ends in the digit 5. The sutra is Eka Dekain Purvan, which just translates to by 1 more than the previous one. That's it. The name literally tells you exactly what you need to do. It's so intuitive.
So this rule is all about instantly squaring numbers that end in 5. All you do is take the digit, or digits, before the 5, multiply it by the very next number up, and then just stick a 25 on the end. That's it. But what's really brilliant is that this isn't its only use.
This slide just shows you how powerful this is. On the left, for 115 squared, we take the 11. We multiply it by the next number up, which is 12, to get 132. Then we just slap a 25 on the end. Answer, 13225. Now look at the right. The same exact principle works when the first digits are the same and the last digits add up to 10. So for 73 times 77, we take the 7, multiply by 8, you get 56. Then you multiply the last digits, 3 times 7, that's 21. Put them together, 5621. Incredible, right? It's the same idea in disguise.
Okay, so for our final technique, we've saved what might be the most visually stunning shortcut of them all. This is for multiplying any number by a series of 9s. I'm talking 9, 99, 999, you name it.
And the sutra here is Ekain Yunana Purvan, which means by 1 less than the previous one. And yeah, you guessed it, just like before, the name is the instruction. The very first step you take is literally to find 1 less than the number you're multiplying. Now this trick has 3 little variations depending on the numbers you're working with. But don't worry, The core idea is exactly the same, and each one is super simple. Look at what to do when the digits match up, when your number has fewer digits than the 9s, and when it has more.
Let's start with case 1, where you have the same number of digits. Look at 67 times 99. The left side of the answer is just 1 less than the previous one. 67 minus 1 is 66. The right side is the deficit of 67 from 100, which is 33. Put them together, 66, 33. Done. Let's try 91 times 99. Left part, 91 minus 1 is 90. Right part, 100 minus 91 is 09. The answer, 9009. It really is that easy.
And this is where the magic really happens. Look at this monster of a problem. On a calculator, that's just annoying to type in. With Vedic math, the left part is just 1 less, 87592164. And the right part, you just take every digit from 9 and the very last digit from 10. That gives us 12407835. And there is your answer, calculated literally as fast as you can write it down.
So what about when the digits don't match? Simple adjustments. If you have fewer digits, like 7 times 99, just add a 0 in front. Treat it as 07 times 99. Use the exact same rule we just learned, and you get 693. If you have more digits, like 43 times 9, the easiest way is just to multiply by 10 and then subtract the number 1 time. So 430 minus 43 gives you 387.
So there you have it. 3 ancient principles that give us these incredibly fast, elegant, and powerful ways to do calculations that, let's be honest, most of us would find pretty tough. And this isn't just about speed. It's about seeing the deep structure and, really, the simplicity inside the world of mathematics. So, what's the big takeaway here? Well, you've just added 3 seriously powerful tools to your mental toolkit. You can now square numbers near a base, you can master numbers that end in 5, and you can conquer multiplication by 9s. And hey, remember that challenge from the beginning? That first step, 99 squared? You can do that in your head now, right? 9801. Now, multiplying that by 91 takes another set of sutures we didn't cover today. But you can already see how these techniques are the essential building blocks for making even the hardest problems feel manageable. And that kind of leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? We've just seen how these ancient mathematical ideas can make modern calculations so much simpler. It really makes you wonder, what other profound wisdom from the past are we overlooking? What other ideas are just waiting to be rediscovered that could simplify and enrich our modern lives? Thanks for joining The Explainer.